Look how cozy you look. You look so cozy. So this year marks our 5th winter in this camper.
And only 2 of those have really been in cold weather.
We normally travel south to try to get some of that warm weather, and this year we weren't able to do that. In honor of that 5th winter in this camper, we're gonna tell you 5 things that we do to stay warm. We're gonna start outside since we are outside, and also Steph wants to go inside since it's
Very cold.
We're gonna start outside with our biggest upgrade yet, and that is the skirting.
And the skirting has been fantastic. We were very skeptical. Last year we were here for the winter as well, and we were like, I don't think it's worth it. Like, it's not worth it. We're only gonna be here for like 2 months. It's not gonna be worth the time, the effort, the money. This year we're like, we're doing it. Before it even got really cold, we put the skirting in the camper, and I am so grateful that we did. It may not be an option for everyone because you may not be staying at a place for longer than 2 months, but it has really helped.
We did a whole video dedicated to our skirting project. If you guys are interested in it, check it out.
Up here.
Up there. I always forget which side it's on.
And if you're watching on your TV, you may not see it up here. But if you're watching on your TV, thank you. But also just hop on your phone real quick, find this video, and you can find the link up there. And while you're there, just give it a thumbs up.
That helps us out. That gets us out to more people, and maybe we're helping somebody else.
And it tells us that this is helping you guys as well.
The skirting has helped a lot. We had some negative temperatures. It got down to -8 just last week actually, and the skirting helped out a lot.
And -8 is not including the wind chills and the feels like temperature.
The other big upgrade that we have this winter that we didn't have last winter is a huge propane tank.
Huge.
Last year we were running off the 20-pound tanks that came with the camper, and we were changing them out every 2 or 3 days.
And Mike is being generous by saying he was driving uptown to change out these propane tanks like every 2 days, would you say?
Yeah, probably every 2 or 3 days.
And that was not near as cold as it has been this year. And if that is not an option, we realize not everyone has that option. 500 gallons is huge, but we called around to multiple places before we decided to hook into my parents. And there are multiple places in our small town that will bring out a propane tank to you. You can either rent it, some places will do it for free, or you can actually buy a propane tank and have it filled.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in staying in your camper for the winter season, know that there are going to be some options as far as your propane is concerned, and you can actually set up having propane delivered weekly or monthly depending on where you're at.
Also, just call around. A 5-minute thing of calling around, it's not 5 minutes, maybe 30 minutes of calling around to places in the area, talking to friends that might be in the area, strangers that might be in the area or going to be in. Ask around, because there's probably a mom and pop shop out there that's gonna be like, hey, we don't charge you for that. Like, we want you to stay warm this winter. We're gonna do it for this cheap of a price, and it's worth spending a little extra time to find that propane price.
So maybe do a little bit of homework before you get settled in, and make sure that you are set up to stay warm. So now that we're inside, we're gonna cover some of the stuff that we do on the inside of the camper to stay warm.
First thing, just stay inside.
The insulation does help on this rig. This is a 2018 Grand Design Imagine 2600 RB, and it does have the Arctic package on it.
I will say though, we do not have tank heaters. And what has happened in our camper, I think four times?
The water has froze. Now the water has never froze in the tanks. It's
true.
Always been in the lines, a couple times with the water hose, but it never has been the tanks.
The water froze outside of the camper at the spigot, and then this year it has frozen somewhere in the middle of the camper.
Now that was during a -8-degree snowstorm, so that is kind of understandable.
Every couple I feel like I've ever encountered has one person that is always cold and one person that is always warm.
I'm always warm.
Give you a guess.
She's always cold.
But It's okay to turn up that thermostat. It's okay to be a little bit warm inside your camper because it's not just you that you're keeping warm. You're keeping your hoses warm, you're keeping your underbelly warm, you're keeping your camper from being unbearable.
We live in this full time, so we do consider this to be our home. So we want to be warm and comfortable inside our home.
One thing that we did not expect to help us this much in the winter, because we know it helps us in the summer, is to use pillows inside of our vents.
They sell actual vent pillows that go up into those vents that help keep it insulated, and it helps during the summer months and especially during the winter months. So combining those vent pillows with a space heater can help keep your cost of your propane down, and it also helps keep some of those parts of your RV that may not stay warm.
Now I'll caveat this by saying if you're paying for electric at your site, a space heater may not be your best choice. Propane might be less expensive, but you have to actually calculate those out. We have pretty much always, I think, used a combination of propane and space heater. The one we have right now is very small, compact, and it's also a combo fan. Those are all very important things to us as full-time RVers. There might be better options out there. This is what we use and we really like it.
So those are a few things that we do to stay warm inside our camper and make sure that our camper stays warm outside as well.
But there are a couple other things we just do to stay comfortable. Not necessarily warm, but comfortable inside the camper when it's cold outside.
I've had a few people ask me about why we run a dehumidifier, and one of the reasons though I run the dehumidifier during the winter is it helps keep the condensation off the windows.
And this is a lesson learned. We full-timed in this camper and avoided cold weather, but didn't really have a big dehumidifier. We had a small countertop one, like seriously about 8 inches tall, and then we took out our dinette, and our dinette had mold and mildew and grossness behind it, and we were never in cold weather. We were in high humid areas, and now we've realized it's worth it to have a big dehumidifier.
One other thing that we've added to our rig that has helped is some area rugs. Area rugs are really nice because you can clean those with your vacuum. They add a little bit of color and personality to your rig, and they also help keep your feet warm during the winter months. Area rugs also provide a very small bit of insulation as well, and I like to tell myself that that helps keep the camper warmer inside. You can also see that we still have our Christmas stuff up. We haven't taken them down yet. Is your Christmas stuff still up? Have you taken it all down? Some of it down? Let us know down below.
Thanks for hanging out with us again this week, you guys. We'll see you next week.